see the damage that was done, you can see that there is a moon. Clearly see one green area right there. Really cool. What's going on? I can't see a dang thing. Wow. A rider tragically died on Stardust Racers. SeaWorld Orlando has announced their 2026 attraction. Dollywood has announced their biggest investment in park history coming next year. Kima Boardwalk has announced almost $500,000 is being invested into a new attraction next year. A guest lost their phone on Iron Gwazi and it hit a rider in the face. A ride is closing forever at Six Flags Over Texas. And another new roller coaster in Texas has begun testing. Hopefully it opens soon. Welcome back to the Hennisphere, and of course, we got to start off with some Fiesta Texas news. But before we get into any of that, I have to go over the poll that I put up earlier this week. This is the biggest news that I've given all year, and I'm going to tell you the winner of the poll, which means we're going to a new park, so stay tuned for that announcement. First, we're actually going to do something we haven't done all year at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and that's because I bought a new Prestige Pass. So we're going to go get that taken care of first. We're going to go to guest services. It was supposed to be done at the front of the park when I first got here. The employee scanned my email confirmation barcode, but before she could scan the pass and then take a picture of me, she clicked out of all of it. So we're gonna go over here under this pink Dia de los Muertos skeleton into guest services, and they're gonna take care of everything here. I got my new season pass, but I actually got a refund for my all season haunted house pass because that cannot transfer onto my new Prestige Pass. So it was $75 plus another $8 for tax. So I got all $83 back in my bank account. That's really awesome. Really happy that they did that. Now there is some crazy footage circulating on Twitter from June actually of someone losing their phone on Iron Gwazi and it hit someone else in the face. This footage is very weird because the phone looks like it comes out of nowhere. It just appears out of thin air and it's being hurled through the air. I really hope someone didn't throw it from off ride. I guess someone in the front row maybe lost it and then it hit someone next to the person who was filming, and they looked like they were a little disoriented by it, although they were alert. I hope they did not have a concussion. But a news story ran an article about this footage and it said, person nearly decapitated by phone. And that is totally false. This person was not nearly decapitated. When I think of that phrasing, I think of nearly Sir Headless Nick from Harry Potter. So yeah, totally different. The person looked really confused that got hit by the phone. Just be careful if a news agency reaches out to you and they want to use your footage. Just make sure that they're not going to spin the article into something it's not, because that was totally overblown just for clicks and views. The person was hit in the face, not the neck. The person did not suffer any lacerations. There was no bleeding. They were not unconscious. Still, guys, if you're going to bring your phone on a ride, especially a roller coaster, do not try to film with your phone unless you've gotten approval from the park and you have like a tether around your wrist. Better if you get an action camera. A lot of them are less than $300 now, and the phones nowadays are like $1,000 to $1,200. So do the math. Which one of those would you rather lose on the ride? Don't choose your phone. Wow, there is no line for Batman. I'm really surprised. As we go through the park, you're gonna notice some improvements. Jeffrey Siebert has posted that they have continued adding some theming for Fright Fest. Can't wait to discover all of those. Hey, the Spectral Sisters are doing their thing. Awesome. Now, I could be totally wrong, but it looks to me that Daffy's bus stop has been repainted. There's really nice stop signs are at the top there. Now, the Dollywood news is very intriguing because it is a mock rockin' boat. There is only one other ride of this kind in the world. It's in France at Futuroscope. It's called Mission Bermudas. And the first time that I saw this ride on YouTube, I had to share it with my family. And I did. I sat them down, they all watched it, and they said, holy crap, what is that? Because we all want to ride it. And I think that everyone should go check out the Attractions 360 video of it. There's off-ride and on-ride footage. It's like modern Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the best way I can describe it. If you love immersive theming like Universal and Disney have, this is going to be a ride for you. You'll need to go out to Dollywood next year and check it out. I don't know much about the layout, but Dollywood is spending $50 million on this. It's going to feature 500,000 gallons of water
and a lot of bioluminescence, a lot of animal noises. And it's 4 rides in one. So it's like whitewater rapids ride, slow moving boat ride, dark ride, and roller coaster / like flying machine all in one. I can't wait.
It's been a very interesting first 20 minutes in the park. There are a lot of rides that are not operating. It's not because they're closed, although this is the exception. Hurricane Force 5 is going to be closed for a while.
Bruh.
They have rotated the gondola. It's so weird looking, and they have some parts that are not here. All of these seats have been taken somewhere else, and there's more of the platform that you sit on right there. But a lot of the rides, like Wave Runner and the Ferris Wheel, which is the Crow's Nest, and Daffy's Bus Stop, Taz's Tornado, nobody is on them, so that's why they're not operating. Very interesting. Look at this, we have new stuff in the boardwalk for the Scare Zone. I feel like I've seen this before, but I don't know where I saw it. They have these barrels here on the side. This was here last week, great photo op, and all the signs and whatnot are up. Can't wait till the clowns overrun this place later tonight. So these guys right here, I think, are lost. They're not supposed to be back there. But yeah, the queue for Wonder Woman is completely empty right now. These guys walk down here, and they got these extra things set up, but they really need to block them off because you're supposed to turn right and go right back up towards the station. Oh well, I'm kind of surprised that they're running 2 trains right now on Wonder Woman. There is no one in line, not even a station wait, so walk on.
Now, both SeaWorld Orlando and Universal Studios Orlando filed permits recently for somewhere between 3 and 5 acres of land development. And at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, they have put up red work walls around Poseidon's Fury, so we know construction is about to begin there. But for SeaWorld Orlando, they actually announced their 2026 attraction. It's going to be called SeaQuest Legends of the Deep. It looks like it's kind of a prototype dark ride that's going to be suspended underwater. So they are marketing this as a submarine voyage. It sounds awesome. I don't know how they're going to do it though, because it would be a lot easier to use LED screens and whatnot rather than fully submerge ride vehicles under the water. But I mean, the park is doing very well this year. The opening of Epic Universe actually helped it a lot. I hope it's not a bunch of LED screens. One thing they could do is like what the Downtown Aquarium does in Houston, where they have a train ride that goes through an aquarium. So you can see all of the animals around you, but you don't get wet. It's such an awesome ride. If you haven't done that in Houston, you definitely got to go to the Downtown Aquarium, ride the train. I could see SeaWorld Orlando doing something like this so that the visuals are very unobstructed and you're technically still underneath water. You're just not in the water. I'm rooting for SeaWorld Orlando. This sounds awesome.
Now check this out. We have a new cinema slasher sign in Rockville High. And we got an appearance by Noah Brown, aka Tidal Thrills. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and YouTube. Well, as you can see, it is still very, very empty. We are about 6 o'clock right now, so haunted houses will be opening in the next 3 minutes. Oh, there's one roller coaster that's going. And also, the Fiesta Texas Railroad is not operating right now.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
So that is why the park is a little quiet. So no getting interrupted by Miss Kitty. Oh no.
Bruh.
Joker Carnival of Chaos closed. Don't know why. Looks like we have some new employees getting introduced to some of the rides. I'm not sure what this caution tape is for right here, but it was not here before. Interesting.
And for everyone in the Austin, Texas area, good news, Circuit Breaker is now testing. It looks incredible. And I have a feeling that this is gonna open next year, maybe around spring break. And judging by how the layout of this looks, I think it's gonna be crazier than Siren's Curse. It has more inversions. I don't know all the height and everything about it, but just looking at the pictures, I think people are gonna like this more than what's at Cedar Point. I'm probably gonna ride both of the tilt coasters next year, and I've never been on one, so that will be insane. And I just hope that the rest of the park opens because they are promoting this on Instagram quite a bit. They're building up the hype, and next year is just gonna be something special for the state of Texas because we have 3, maybe 4 new roller coasters opening.
Well, 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 everyone. We have some developments on Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster. Way back over here, you can see they've started removing the LED panels along this turn. Following my finger, there's even more panels that have been taken off. I wonder Are they doing repairs? Or are they saying goodbye? Look at this LED panel. We can get an up-close look at it right here. See the damage that was done? This is a side panel. They have a bunch of other ones standing up vertically. At first when I saw this, I thought maybe the wind or something had knocked them off, but no, they're all standing up vertically against the track. So people are actively working on this ride. Again, whether it's for disassembly purposes or reassembly purposes, I do not know. But this is the most progress we've seen in over a year. Back over here from my normal filming spot, I still see one tent back there. Cannot see anything else. Over here in Wicked Hollow, they've added not one, but two creepy looking dolls. Very creepy. Outside of Studio 6F, they've added an activation point. It's a crystal ball. Inside the Studio 6F gift shop, we've got new hoodies, t-shirts, purses. They look like they glow under the black light pretty well. I know this has been updated in recent weeks. And there's your Nobu necklace there. Purple spider. They have a lot of these really cute green bats as well. There's a cool camo hoodie.
Of course, I haven't forgotten about the enthusiasts in the Houston area as well. The Kemah Boardwalk has made some news recently by stating they are investing $453,000 into a water park expansion there. And normally I don't cover water park stuff, but because they have Boardwalk Bullet, I think it is important to cover this. And there are rumors that there are things in the park that say 2026 and roller coaster in the same phrasing. I don't know if this is true, so if someone in the comments could confirm whether they are teasing a new roller coaster there or not, that would be awesome. And if I don't hear back from anyone, I guess I'll just have to go there myself and see, is a new roller coaster coming or not? And I need to get back on Boardwalk Bullet. I hope that they are maintaining that and not letting it get too rough like it was in 2019 when I rode it. I've heard amazing things about that ride, but I have never had a good experience on it. So.
That's right, guys. Gully Washer is back. And it's better than ever, honestly. If you guys haven't been on this ride, you really need to do it. It's one of the most underrated rides in the park. I rode it last week. You can see my vlog from that day at the end of this video. I'll leave it as a suggestion. But seriously, welcome back, Gully Washer, with the red water. There's a bunch of empty boats. Seriously, more people need to get on this. So right now, walking through Crack Axle Canyon, someone recognized me. It was a employee. He said my name, and I turned around. I said, "Yeah, that's me." So he said he subscribed to the channel and all that. And I appreciate all of you guys' support. And this channel wouldn't be where it is without you guys. And I promise it's gonna keep growing like crazy because I have a lot more announcements to make before the end of the year. Yeah, you guys are always free to come up and say hi if you recognize me. Now, one of the things they added this week was all the stuff up here. There's a lot more decorations than normal. Jack-o'-lanterns are everywhere, including in the trees. They've also got all the lanterns and kind of the camo netting stuff. If we go down to the end there to where the arrival is happening, happens at 7 p.m. every night. I'm not gonna show it in the vlog today because it's gonna be on TikTok live. So you gotta follow me on TikTok if you wanna see live updates from the park. And it should be noted that the Fiesta Texas Railroad is closed today, so no one will be getting on it except the monsters. It does run through this station normally, but this station is closed, so you cannot get off here. If you are riding it, when it is open, it will do a full loop. It'll pick you up at Sposburg and it'll drop you off in the same place. Now the line for Iron Rattler looks like it's a station wait. Everyone's going up to the top. Should be on 2 trains.
And now, unfortunately, we do have to talk about the tragic news that occurred Wednesday night at Universal's Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. Kevin Rodriguez Zavala was a 32-year-old who rode Stardust Racers, and when he returned to the station, he was found to be unresponsive. CPR was performed as he was transported to a local hospital, but he was pronounced dead. Now, the medical examiner has concluded their investigation, and they said that there were multiple blunt impacts to Kevin's body. They also said that this was an accident. Kevin's girlfriend did say that Kevin suffered from a pre-existing spinal condition, and an eyewitness who was there on the loading platform said that there was a piece of metal from the train hanging. We don't know exactly what that is, but they theorized that maybe it was a seat back cover. Now, an investigation will continue for another maybe 6 months between Mock Rides, Universal Studios, and local authorities there in Florida, and the ride is going to remain closed for the time being. We have no idea when it will reopen. My heart goes out to Kevin's loved ones, his girlfriend, his friends, the other riders on the platform, and all the workers there, and I hope they all get closure on this.
Now let's get into the construction for what has to be 2027. These two water slides in front of you, Whirlpool and Big Bender, are currently being dismantled. And now that I think about it, I can't remember if there was any kind of rooftop to this right here, because I don't remember if it looked more like that one up there. So yeah, I don't know. They might have already begun deconstruction. I've never been inside of Hurricane Harbor, so that's why I'm unsure. But I'm gonna go look around here where this construction sign is, the fun under construction sign. See if I can spot any more markings on the ground, because last week, this little fun under construction sign was here. But the week before that, there was a banner where it's sitting right now. There was a banner attached to the fence. And when I looked through the fence, I could see some very interesting things. So I'm gonna try to do that now. There is still a blue pallet with a green tank of some sort on the ground. But if we pan over, you can see that there is a moon. That is a moon, definitely a moon right there with looks like a crater. This fun under construction sign is already getting dirty. And on the other side, you can see very clearly again is a moon, but you've got some sand. It kind of looks like the beach and there's bubbles. So that tells me this could be a water ride of some sort. And they put another smoke machine. Wow, right here. Trying to block the view, I assume, because people are not supposed to be walking through this area. But you can very clearly see one green area right there. And then at the tip of my finger, there's a second one. Like they're in a perfectly straight line with each other, the two green marks. There's an arrow and then there's something written that I can't make out. You can see it a little better there. There's something written that almost looks like an S, maybe mixed with an X, I'm not sure. And then further over there, there's another green marking, very hard to see. So I can actually see a third green marking now. They're all in a row. There's one right here, but there's another one further out. It's so hard to see at this angle. The ground kind of makes it too bright. It's like a glare. But over here, you can see the little barricades that have been put up. So like I said, the fog machine over here doesn't really make sense because no one's gonna walk over here. So I think they're trying to block the view with that fog machine. See if I can get a better view of anything. No, I don't see any more green markings. There's a total of 3. There you can kind of see the one there in the middle. It's still really hard to see, but yeah, I've got 3 green markings and they might have started deconstruction of the water slides way up there at the top. But don't forget, way up on top of this hill.
Is this your account?
Yeah, that's me.
Can I take?
So out here, just kind of sticking my head in the bushes, I got spotted again by someone who follows me. And they wanted a picture this time. So, hey, that's a first if you're watching this. Thanks for finding me. But as I was saying, up there on the hill, there is a very flat piece of land. And they can definitely expand that area all the way down to here where the construction is happening and build something, I don't know, probably twice the size of Roadrunner Express. I think that would be cool. Now here's something I just stumbled upon. This right here is the actual walking area for Fear Acres. And you can see there is green right there and then again right there. So we have more markings for whatever kind of construction is going to be going down. Someone said that these green lines are, I forget, they said water or electrical, one of the other, but they were very specific. It looks like there's a lot more popping up now. Not sure if they'll be doing anything like digging into the concrete during Fright Fest. I would assume that they were going to begin work like before November if they're already marking this place up. But anyway, I'm gonna try to ride Roadrunner Express now. Well, this is new. They serve the beans now in this big tray, and the plates are the big like oval trays. They never had those before. Very nice. Brisket sandwich looks exactly the same, but the cup of free ice water is about half the size of what you get at Sangerfest Hall. Maybe this is the new paper cup drink policy, I don't know.
And now on to the news you've been waiting for. Lots of Six Flags Over Texas news to give y'all right now. So I put out a poll last week. I gave you 4 options. 2 of them were big coaster trips, 2 of them were single theme parks. The voting was close across the board for all 4 options, but the winner was Six Flags Over Texas. Because of that, I can now announce I'm going to Six Flags Over Texas this week. That's right, we're finally going away from Six Flags Fiesta Texas. We'll be back, but we have some huge news to cover there at Over Texas because the Giga Dive Coaster is getting unveiled and revealed. There's gonna be a lot of influencers there. I've signed up, just waiting on an email back from Six Flags. I'll know as of this video being posted if I'm invited to those 2 media events or not at 10 a.m. and at 7 p.m. on Thursday, September 25th. I'm planning on being there, so I'm just gonna assume that I'm going. And I will be there a little longer to cover the park in its entirety and vlog just like I do at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, so you can expect a lot of Over Texas content coming soon. Now, they did reveal that Conquistador is getting removed from the park, their swinging pirate ship ride. A lot of people are upset about it because it comes without warning. And I have a theory as to why it might be getting removed. Now, these big roller coasters at Six Flags parks, they take a lot of years to be fully developed ideas before they are agreed upon. So I'm sure before the Cedar Fair merger, this Giga Dive Coaster was being discussed. And also after the merger, we now know that Jeffrey Siebert is the leader of Team Texas. And now that he is overseeing Over Texas, I wonder if he's going to try and bring some incredible theming to the queue lines like he has on rides like Joker Carnival of Chaos, Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger, and Pirates of the Deep Sea at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. I could see him trying to create more of a queue line space so that there are show buildings and different animatronics, maybe a story is developed as you're waiting in line, and that might mean Conquistador is in the way. I could definitely see this being a possibility. I would not be terribly upset about it. I think it would be worth it in the end, but of course, a lot of people had some sentimental feelings about that ride, and I might have been on it in 2010 when I visited the park for the first time. I don't know for sure. We're going to Six Flags Over Texas. That is the big announcement for this week, and when we're there and I'm vlogging, I'm gonna make another announcement because that's not the only park we're going to this year. I have even other announcements too that I can't talk about. One of them is literally sitting right over my shoulder right now on the floor. That will be announced once we're at Over Texas.
All right, guys, so it is now dark here inside the park. I went live on TikTok for well over an hour, and there was a lot of good discussion about the construction that's happening right there where Big Bender and Whirlpool used to be. So I can confirm 2 really big important things. 1, deconstruction of those 2 water slides has already begun. The canopy, it was blue or green on top of the slides. It is gone. They've already removed it. And then number 2, I went through Fear Acres. There were more green spray painted construction markings on the ground. I saw 2 more. So that brings our total to, I believe, 5 construction markings up there. And a lot of people have been saying that this ride that's going to be going here for 2027 was agreed upon pre-Cedar Fair merger. That's important because a lot of people are saying that it's going to be by intimate, could be a family coaster. And they're also saying that potentially for 2029 to 2031, that is when a hyper coaster could be coming here because Jeffrey Siebert, he sees everything, he hears everything. Everyone has been clamoring for a hyper coaster to come here to Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and he knows that. So I really hope that that is true. You can see this guy dancing behind me. That monster is so cool. Here is what I'm looking at in the Scream Punk district. Really cool. There is no line for The Conjuring. Per usual, this is the 3rd week of Fright Fest, and for the 3rd weekend in a row, there is no lines at all for any of the haunted houses. And I don't know if you caught it there, but the price of the Haunted Attractions Pass tonight is only $30. That's the lowest I've seen it. It looks like they're trying to get more people to go into the haunted houses because not enough people are going in. And this area is so cool. There's so much fire. They got the fog machines working perfectly. I can barely see where I'm going right now. It's kind of stinging my eyes. I'm gonna hopefully get some video of the fire. Oh yeah. Really awesome. And we set a new record on TikTok Live. There were 110 people who were watching me at once when the arrival was going on. I can't see a dang thing. Wow. Yeah, they're doing it really big this year for the Crack Axle Canyon part of Fright Fest. I love it. I was showing more of Goalie Washer on TikTok Live. There is actually a line for this ride. I'm very happy about it because it's so good. Again, one of the most underrated rides here at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Wow, there is a line for Supergirl Skyflight. I was not expecting that. Earlier today, there was no line. It is approximately 8:15 right now. So you can expect there to be no one in the park until around 7. And then after we get past 8 o'clock, that is the busiest time of the day. Again, this is a Friday. Should be more busy on Saturdays, probably Sundays as well. But the last 30 minutes from 9:30 on, the park is not very busy. And last but not least, here is your sign lit up at night for Cinema Slasher. It looks amazing. I just wish people would be in line for it. Again, there is nobody, well, not nobody, there's one group of people in line for Cinema Slasher. I was talking to Noah Brown earlier today, Title Thrills, about this. He is doing a 12 house challenge tonight. So he went through every haunted house here at Fiesta, Texas. Then he went over to SeaWorld San Antonio and he did all 6 houses there. He tried to wrap all of that up in about 4 hours. So stay tuned to Title Thrills on Instagram and YouTube and you'll probably see if he completed the challenge. I have some trips of my own planned. And yeah, speaking of SeaWorld, well, I can't say too much, but you can infer that some things are probably coming soon on this channel from that park. And also, as I've mentioned before, just want to make sure you didn't forget, stay tuned for Six Flags Over Texas content next week. And we have another activation point. How nice. A tombstone. So I think they do have 20 activation points in the park. Really nice. They promised about 20, they're delivering. And yeah, this park right now seems like it was more crowded tonight than the previous Friday. So that's good. That's a good sign. But the price is dropping to $30 for the Haunted House Attraction Pass. That's a little concerning. We don't want to see the price drop too much because that will tell us that no one is going in the haunted house. And I'm back to show off the boardwalk again. I think it's called the Carnival of Terror.
Where you going?
Hi. I'll show y'all the new stuff. They were posing for pictures in there earlier. It was really cool. There is Jekyll. And I think Freddy. Freddy is the clown on the left there. Here's all your alcoholic beverages. Spin Sanity looks amazing at night. And I told y'all, this thing right here is new. With 4 arms and blades for feet. It's kind of disgusting. Like they took a bunch of chewing gum and stuck it to their head. It's kind of what it looks like. The Twisted photo op was there last time. And the fog is going pretty well here, so I'm glad that they fixed up the boardwalk. Feels like a proper scare zone now. There's your haunted house, Twisted. And the line for Pandemonium is decent. So yeah, there's your rundown of all the scare zones tonight. I think the only one I didn't show you was Wicked Hollow. But other than those two dolls, it looks the same. And Hurricane Force 5 and the Fiesta Texas Railroad were the only rides closed this weekend. One thing I noticed this year is that the bus really doesn't use its horn at all. I kind of missed that. That was probably the craziest jump scare in the whole park when it was working. Again, guys, no line for Hexen House. Not a single person in line. It's been the usual for all of the haunted houses, but we'll go check Nosferatu. So here is Nosferatu. I can see, yeah, nobody in line. There's a bunch of workers and there's a scare actor in line. That's it. How sad. It's been a great day and night at the park here, and we hit some major milestones on TikTok this week. So we hit 2,700 followers. So we're now way past what we did on YouTube. It's crazy. You guys on TikTok are supporting me like crazy. I post every single day on there. We're going to hit 250,000 likes on TikTok in the next week or two. I can't wait for that. And we're also going to be going up to Six Flags over Texas. So yeah, I'm going to remind you again before this video ends. Trust me, I cannot wait for that, because this is just the beginning of the next step of getting out to more theme parks on this channel. And eventually I'm going to sit down and do a lot of voiceover content where I rank over 100 roller coasters, because I have so many that I have rode, but I have not made coaster ranking videos for them. So that is all coming up very soon. I may or may not have bought another season pass for a different theme park chain. So stay tuned, guys.
Again, there are so many announcements coming to this channel. There's going to be new theme parks, new items purchased, new types of content. For example, I have over 100 roller coasters that I need to make ranking videos for. All of them are going to be individual videos, so stay tuned. There's so much more coming. That was another day in the Hennisphere.